On three. Big breath in. 1, 2.
Hello there. How is it, Andrew or Bach King? What do you prefer?
Yeah. Batch is fine.
Batch. Yeah. Okay. Nice to meet you, Batch. Thanks very much for speaking to me.
Thank you. Thanks for having me.
So first of all, congratulations on your role as Jesse in the film. So I mean, for
Thanks.
people who haven't, it's quite different. Actually. It's quite different to kind of the previous things that I've seen in the McG movies and things like that. This is quite a change in tone, not just for you, but just a change in tone in general.
Yeah.
What was it about this Jesse role that enticed you to take this role on? Can you kind of briefly describe what his role is in kind of this love story?
Yeah, I feel like Jesse's he's a family man, of course. He has a sister by his side. He works with her. He also, I think, Jesse is the voice of reason, when Blake is kind of, when he's getting lost in, I guess, the sauce, if you will say. He he falls in love with the girl, but he's kind of in denial about it. And there's things that are happening in Blake's life that are kind of negative, and he's letting those negative things overshadow the positive things that are happening in his life, which is Waverly. So I think my character's there to like be that voice of reasoning, to like snap him out of it and be like, yo, wake up. What are you doing? If you keep going down the path you're going down, you're not going to lose your family, but you'll lose your love as well.
Uh-huh. It's quite curious. I mean, would you say that there are some kind of the way that you're giving this advice in a way is maybe something that you kind of went through when you were younger? Because I know that you studied and I think you dropped out. Was it the last semester of film school? Did you kind of
Yeah.
go through a similar process? I don't want to get too personal, but if you
Yeah.
can share anything, can you kind of did you kind of feel things there that you could bring advice to the table?
Yeah. I mean, in film school, for me, it's like once I feel like, I've I don't want to say learned everything, but when things get too repetitive, I like to challenge myself. And when I feel like I'm not being challenged anymore, I kind of move on from things like that. So yeah, that was my experience doing that. I just love challenges. I love learning. I love, new experiences. And uh I started trying to take it to the next level. I started saying, all right, let me try and apply what I've learned so far and see if I can make it in this industry.
Mm-hmm. Talking about applying what you know in the film, you work behind your sister's bar. Now you work in the bar for the summer holidays. No, I'm
Yeah.
imagining because I've just been watching a few of your videos on YouTube. I'm imagining you didn't take any advice from Trevor Wallace on how to serve the public in a bar. No.
Yeah. Yeah, Trevor's great, man. Trevor's a good friend of mine. We shoot skits all the time. Yeah, he's a great guy.
So they didn't confiscate your cat whiskers to make sure that you did you got everything right in the bar scenes. No.
Yeah. Yeah.
No, that's great. But so I mean, your role here isn't particularly like a comedy centric character. Now, did you find yourself kind of wanting to break out in improv? Because I know you've done a lot of improv in the past. Was that something that you kind of you enjoy the challenge of curbing it back and kind of
Well,
not going for improv?
yeah, for me, the challenge is the comedy. The challenge is the improv and doing all that because you got to stay on your toes. For this one, I was able to just like do the work and kind of fit the character and just play that. And it was fun just to be able to do that.
Uh-huh. It must be fun to be able to get to work with people that you worked with before as well. Because I know that you've been with Robbie Amell. You've been in the two babysitter films before.
Yeah.
Was it just by coincidence that you both ended up in the same film, or did you help each other to get involved in this one? Did Robbie? Because
Yeah,
I know
yeah.
Robbie was a producer.
Yeah, Robbie's a friend of mine. This is our fourth movie together.
It's both movie, right?
Yes, we did the Babysitter 1, Babysitter 2. We did When We First Met. Um, so we've done a couple movies together, and it's always great. He hit me up. He's producing this movie. He had this role for me. I was like, yeah, man, I'm down to help out. Down to come down and play. So yeah, it was definitely a great experience. And you always love working with friends. So that was great.
Mhm. And actually, on set, it just looked the film it just felt as though everybody was like one whole big family there. But especially by the end, I imagine, because you just felt like you'd been living together for all your lives. I mean, the toing and fro between everybody, especially you and your sister, and just everyone on set. No.
Yeah. I mean, it was great, and yeah, it was just a great experience.
Uh-huh. So I mean, if we're going from this love story, this kind of drama, I think that you, I imagine from what I've seen on YouTube and things like that, and your next another project that you've got on IMDb is that you really want to get into action movies. Is that right?
Yeah. I have an action film called Miles Ryder that we're
Yeah, I was just going to say you did a short film, no?
yeah,
Which is
yeah,
fantastic.
yeah.
It's like a POV. I must have been. I mean, you directed and starred in it. No, it must have been insanely hard to do. No, it just looks insanely difficult. You pulled it off really
Yeah,
well.
put a lot of time and effort into it, and I'm glad it came out the way it did. Definitely happy, and now it's we got Greg Russo to write the script, and now we're currently looking for a director. So we'll be filming that later this year.
Yeah, you're looking for a director. You're not going to direct it yourself because you did a great job with the show, man.
Yeah, no, I can't. Directing and acting in it, it's like it's a very specific muscle. And I'd like to focus. I want to give 120% in everything I do, and I wouldn't be able to do that if I'm directing and acting. So I'd say let's get a great director to direct it, and let me just be great at doing the acting and the action and the stunts and all that.
Uh-huh. And aside from that one, then I saw that you've got another film coming out, which is Legend of the White Dragon, which is kind of like in one way it's a kind of a mature adult kind of Power Rangers movie, but it's also kind of an homage, to Jason David Frank's, as it was his last movie, as well. Can
Yeah.
you tell us
Mhm.
a little bit about that one?
Yeah, Jason, yeah, he was great. Yeah, rest in peace, man. He was really a great soul. Um, really humble, really caring. I remember I was doing some stand-up shows. I think I was in Chicago or Detroit, and he flew out and he just came to the show, and he came out, and oh man, it was great to just see him, and he's sharing me with all his Comic-Con stories. He had this $100 bill, right? This is funny. All right. So he has this $100 bill, and whenever he does something, he would always offer the $100 bill, and people would always be like, "Oh, no, I'm not gonna take it." So he was at Comic-Con, and he borrowed someone's electric wheelchair, and he was riding it, and he crashed into one of the booths, and it knocked the booth over. It didn't do like any real damage, but it knocked the booth over, and he offered them $100 bill, and it was like, no, I can't take that. We'll have this handled. And then when he came to my comedy show, he we got some drinks at the bar. It was like water bottles. It was just water. And he gave me the $100 bill. I was like, no, I can't take that from you. I got the water. And he's like, he told me the story, and he's like, yeah, everybody always, I've had this $100 bill for 5 years. So I was like, oh man, this guy's crazy.
That's brilliant. But yes, I mean, it must be great to see this film coming out now, and especially as homage to him now.
Yeah, definitely.
Uh-huh. And but can you tell us anything more about that, or is it kind of really under wraps at the moment?
Yeah, it's kind of under the wraps right now. Yeah.
Uh-huh. Brilliant. Well, just to
Yeah.
finish off, then I know that you're the Walking Dead premiered today. That must
Yeah.
be something that you're seriously excited about as well, to form that
Oh
part of
yeah.
that universe, man.
100%. That's such a legendary show, such a legendary cast. I'm honored to be a part of it. Yeah, that comes out February 25th, and it's it's one of those shows where it's like it's a show I grew up watching. Not
Yeah.
grew up watching, but like it's a show that came out when I was younger, and I heard all the rumors about it. And then now to be a part of it, it was great.
Yeah, and just the other day, the premiere right next to the original character. And that must be crazy because, like you said, you were quite young when it first started, and he's there back in
Yeah.
the thick of it all again. Yeah,
Yep, Andrew Lincoln.
fantastic. Well, listen, best of luck with that, and best of luck with Float, which comes out today. And
Yeah.
I hope to speak to you again sometime soon. Take care of yourself,
Thank
sir.
you. All right, take
All
it
right,
easy.
thanks, man.
It's time you ask yourself what you want to do.
I don't want the story to end. You have to make yourself known in this life. Not for anyone else, but for you.